Hey everyone, it's Nomad Flair here and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, it'll be slightly different. I'll be reviewing tech within the kitchen, and that is the Lavazza A Modo Mio milk frother, which is useful when, of course, frothing your milk for a cup of coffee or even hot chocolate, etc. So we'll break down this video into several parts. The first part will be checking out the box. The second part is going over the build quality and also the special features that come with the milk frother. And then of course, trying out the 3 different modes and see how long it takes. And of course, my overall opinion as to whether you should be picking this up or not. I've had the privilege to own this for the past month now. So I've used it for the past month. So I feel like my opinion is valid. Also guys, if you are considering picking this up, I'll leave a link down in the description below for you to check out. So this is the box that the Lavazza milk frother comes in, relatively quite small, which is nice. On the sides of the box, it goes over the features, the functions of the frother, such as, it has a magnetic whisk, it has a multifunctional button, and there's only one of them, which is great. Also, it has a dock which is similar to that of a kettle, and the lid is also transparent. So it's relatively quite easy. You don't even need an instructions manual because the instructions is actually on the lid, which we'll see in a moment. So yeah, that's pretty much the box, the packaging. So let's dive into now, of course, the build quality, the look of the milk frother. So you've got the logo displayed right in the center. You've got the one and only multifunctional button right here at the bottom, which is excellent. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, it's a dock which is similar to that of a kettle with, of course, the adapter right here. Okay. And it sits onto it perfectly. The milk frother itself is relatively quite light. I wouldn't say it's heavy at all, probably less than 1 kilogram. As you can see, there are grip-like lines that circulate around the frother. And to be honest, in my opinion, it does prevent the froth from slipping out of your hands because, especially if you hold it from the top, it can tend to slip depending if your hands are wet or greasy. But if you kind of hold it from right here at the bottom, then it prevents that from slipping out of your hands. And onto the top, we have the transparent lid, which provides the instructions on how to use the milk frother. Inside, okay, you won't be able to see it because of the lighting quality, but there are pretty much 3 different levels which you kind of see circulating around. Okay, one is the minimum milk level, then the foam level, then the maximum milk level, and I'll go over each one of those in a moment. And then you've got the magnetic whisk. As you can see, if I drop it down, it is magnetic. Okay, it sticks onto it. This is very, very easy to clean. You just need to rinse it with a bit of water. I really like that you can remove this because, some milk frothers that I've used in the past, you actually can't remove it, and it becomes very, very difficult cleaning the milk frother. So to insert that back in, and then just place the lid back on top. Okay, so starting off with the first function, which is the foam level. So clicking this once will foam the milk and it'll make it, relatively quite hot. It won't be boiling, but it'll be relatively quite hot, which you'll be able to enjoy with a cup of coffee. The second level is the milk level. So what that does, that won't foam the milk, but it'll just make the milk, hot, especially if you want to have a hot chocolate and instead of, heating up in a pan or, throwing it into a microwave, just do it right here. It'll be relatively nice and hot. Moving on to the third level. So this is also a foaming function. However, the foam that is produced is cold, and this is suitable, especially if you're making a milkshake for yourself or for the family, or even like a hot chocolate, but you don't want, the foam to be hot. Instead, it will be nice and cold. So those are the 3 levels. Like I said, the first one requires 1 click, the second one requires 2 clicks, and the third requires 3 clicks. And that is pretty much it. Okay, and moving on to the minimum and maximum capacity levels. So the maximum capacity level for milk frothing is 120 milliliters. And the maximum capacity for milk heating is 180 milliliters. Okay, it's also safe to place this into the dishwasher, but all I do is run it under cold water, making sure that all the milk residue is completely gone, and then maybe give it a little dry or maybe let it air dry by itself, and that is it. One thing I do want to point out is that the whisk is quite fragile, so don't exert too much pressure onto it. Clean it quite delicately and handle it with delicacy pretty much. All right. So that's one thing to, of course, make a note of. Other than that, the quality is quite firm. I believe it's stainless steel at the top. And like I said, the build quality is quite solid. It's not too heavy. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate, how this works. We're actually going to fill this up with milk. We're going to time it, see how long it takes, and we'll take it from there. Alright guys, so back to the kitchen. Today I'll be using my Aldi oat milk. The great thing about this is the barista style, so it's going to froth the milk even better. Alright, so we're going to start off with the first function, and of course we are going to use a stopwatch to see exactly how long it takes. Alright, we're going to start now by pressing the button once and then starting the stopwatch. And there we go. So as you can see, okay, the whisk is just whisking the milk right now. You can hear the noise is not too loud, which is good as well, so it won't wake up any kids or any babies sleeping or anything like that. Okay, it's totally fine for the lid to become slightly foggy because it is starting to generate a bit of heat. Okay, we can stop it right there. I did stop it slightly late. It came up to be actually 1 minute and 35 seconds. So around 1 minute and 35 seconds, which is actually great in my opinion. That is super fast. So I'll be using the Morrison's Gold Roast Decaf Coffee. It is quite late in the evening right now, and of course I do want to get to bed in the next couple of hours. So decaf it is. Alright, and as you can see, the milk is nice and frothy, which is really nice. Take a sip of that. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So the first and third function are relatively the same. The only difference is that the first function, the foam is going to be nice and warm. With the third function, the foam will be nice and cold. And again, that will be used for milkshakes, etc. Alright, on to the second function. Okay, so I'm currently filling up now to the milk level. Right there, you can stop it there. Just slap the lid back on. And of course the stand. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again. So now we're moving on to the second level, which is basically heating up the milk. I'll tell you, from 1 to 10 how hot the milk is, and of course how long it takes. So that requires 2 clicks. 1, 2. So as you can hear guys, when you're actually heating up the milk, okay, you can't hear the milk frother at all. Alright, and that's taken literally 2 minutes and 35 seconds to heat up the milk. So now I'm going to test out and see how hot the milk is and let you know from 1 to 10 how hot it is. Of course 10 being hot and 1 being cold. Wow, it looks like it's piping hot. Alright, so I'm just going to give that a little taste and see. Oh, that's actually perfect. Guys, you don't want to go any hotter than this, nor do you want to go any cooler. It's actually perfect. I'll give it probably an 8.5 to 9, okay, in terms of how hot it is. It's just perfect. You can drink it straight away from the Lavazza A Modo Mio milk frother. But like I said, if you want to make a quick hot chocolate or heat up your milk in general, this is definitely the way to go, guys. Highly, highly recommend this. Guys, if you have any comments about this, please drop them down below. I think I've covered everything so far. Like I said, the link is down in the description if you do want to grab one for yourself, which I highly recommend. Alright guys, if you found today's video to be somewhat useful, I'd appreciate if you can leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and turn notifications bell so you won't miss my upcoming video. And until next time everyone, take care.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.